Greg Powers, Dave Campbell's Texas football, and I'm out here at Lewisville High School. I'm joined by Tony-Louis Nkuba, man. Big weekend for you last weekend. You came off of the NLA camp earning MVP honors. Why don't you just kind of talk about what that experience was like, and how do you feel like you evaluated your own performance coming out of that camp?
I just felt like I went there with the mindset just to master my technique and just, keep getting better. And it was just, I worked to perfection.
Talk about your skill sets as a player. You're a long defensive back. You could probably play safety. You could probably play corner. What do you feel most comfortable with, and what do you feel like are your best attributes on the field?
I feel like I get all my money at off man, but I'm working on getting my press man better because got my long arms. Gonna put that to use and stuff. I see the person I look up to is Sauce Gardner. I try to play like him, and
Yeah, he's bringing a little bit of swagger to the game as well, which I know that you're a humble guy, but you play aggressive-minded defense, and I could see that, not only on the field on tape, but in the camp setting as well. And I think that's why a lot of colleges are also coming after you. You're starting to get a pretty good list together. It's not favorites time. You got too many offers coming in and flying at you. We don't want to talk like that. But I do want to ask you about an in-state school that started to show you a lot of love early on in the process, and that was Texas Tech. They have head coach Joey McGuire. He used to coach at Cedar Hill. He builds a good relationship not only with players but with coaches in the area. What do you like about Texas Tech, and why are the Red Raiders one of those schools that you've probably taken under consideration?
I was there last summer for a camp, and I was talking to the coaches. I was defensive player of the camp.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yes, sir. I was defensive player of the camp, but I didn't have any football. I didn't have any film yet, and they were just watching me through the season. I just knew if I do good during the season, they threw the offer right after the season. So, yeah.
What are your impressions of Lubbock as a city? Could you even think about seeing yourself there?
Shoot, it's a real quiet city. It's calm. It looks like a place I can go and focus about football over there. So, yeah.
Behind us, the fans can't see this. I'll put it in maybe on as we roll over the video. I'm looking at the border, and I'm looking at Alabama, Northwestern, Tulsa, A&M, OU. All these schools are coming through. Well, one school that came through and evaluated you on that list that extended you an offer was Arizona State. Arizona State's a school in the Pac-12 that's known for putting players in the league and producing some good college athletes. What stands out to you about Arizona State early on, and how happy were you to be able to get an opportunity to play out there?
What stands out to me is the coach that offered me. Actually, I've had a good relationship from him before. He used to be at TCU, and he just believes in me, and I trust him. So
was that Coach Samples or Coach Carrington?
Coach Carrington. Yes, sir.
When you get an offer like that from a school that's not one that you know about locally, how do you go about trying to figure out, is that a good fit for you? Do you just get online right away and start researching about it?
I just really try to find out about their culture, and one of the main things is about how they work with their strength and conditioning, because that's a lot of things that's going to matter for me.
Another school that hasn't offered yet that's on the list you're hopeful to get out there for a visit for Junior Day is Oklahoma. I know that a lot of people in the DFW area know about the Sooners, and how excited are you to get up there, and what do you want to see out there whenever you make that trip?
So I'm just excited to be there, trying to put on some work. And they were here about, I think, 3 days ago, and they saw me work, and he followed me on Twitter, and I'm just excited to go there now.
When it comes down to it, give us something that you feel like you can't live without whenever it's time to pick a college. What are you kind of looking for? What's important to you?
Say that one more time.
What's important to you when you go through this decision-making process? What do you feel like there's something in this college, you got to have that if you're going to go there?
Right. It's really just trust. I have to be able to trust the coach, make sure he's not, he has the right intentions for me. He wants, he's more worried about me as a man, not as a player.
More about relationships then.
Yeah, more about relationships, yeah.
You heard it from Tony-Louis Nkuba, man, one of the top players in the entire state of Texas, fresh off of that NLA MVP honor, and colleges are flying in left to right to give him a scholarship opportunity. Thanks for the time, man, and good luck with that process.
Thank you.